at Troop 180, and especially new parents and new scouts. I'm Alan.
And I'm Shelly.
And we're going to help you prepare for Bartle. Now the first thing that you're going to need as a new parent, new leader, if you go down to Bartle, you will be an adult leader. You're considered one of those in Troop 180. So you're going to have a Class A uniform for travel down there and on your way back. And more than likely, if you take the leadership training that's down there, it's a separate camp out while you're down there for adults. And you will have to have your Class A uniform. So as you see, a Class A uniform for an adult consists of the shirt or blouse, pants, belt, socks, let's say BSA, and a comfortable pair of shoes or hiking boots. I would probably bring both. The boots need to probably be waterproof just in case it rains. Very helpful to have your feet stay dry. Bring several pairs of socks if at all possible. And then bring your hanger for your Class A uniform so you can hang it up in your tent, stays dry, and you will be wearing it multiple times. Now for the boy, Michael, if you could assist please. This is our son Michael. For the boy's uniform, same thing. BSA approved shirt, belt, pants, and socks with the addition of the neckerchief and the neck slide. So, alright, very good, thank you. Again, your boy will probably want to have hiking boots and lots of pairs of socks. Now, you're going to have to put all your gear in something. The boys are allowed to have a camp box, required to have a camp box, and it has to be 21 by 12 by 12. Now, you can either make these yourself, order the parts online, or you can go up to Brandt's in Liberty, Missouri, and purchase one. The adults, however, you can have a camp box, and yours gets to be pretty much whatever size you want. I made these for mine and Shelly's. It's not too hard. There's lots of instructions online. Just make sure that they'll fit comfortably inside your tent that you and your tent partner are going to have to share. But they work really well for having all of your gear in them and for like a side table in your tent to put your fan on and things like that, which you will definitely want a fan for Bartle. Now some of you might be skeptical about trying to fit 10 days of your boy's clothes into one of these tiny little boxes, but I can assure you if it's done right, you can fit everything in that box. Alright, so let us get our handy dandy list. These are available on Troop 180's website as well. You can go through your packing list and make sure that you have everything that you need. So first thing, uniforms, boxes. Probably want a pad of paper and a pencil if you're going to do any kind of writing, scouting assistance, things like that, merit badges. Scout book, which is probably the most important thing that your scout can have. Make sure he has his scout book with him at all times. Tell him and reiterate how important it is to have your scout book at all times with you, and keep it safe down at Bartle. Make sure you write your name, phone number, address, all that stuff on either the case or the book itself. We prefer these cases because they keep the books nice and clean.
And this goes in the backpack.
Yes, and that goes in backpack. Pen and deck of cards or other entertainment. Alright, very good. There we go. Shower stuff. You need at least 2 things of travel shampoo. 2 conditioners, 2 bars of soap in a Ziploc bag separate from everything else, 1 toothbrush, toothpaste, 20 flosses in a little zipper pouch or a thing of floss. They prefer the little individual flossers. 1 towel for shower time, and then comb or hairbrush and deodorant stick. And you'll want to have your toiletry bag. Your boys are going to want to have a bag that they can put all of that stuff to go to the shower in, and just take it and have like a mini backpack or a bag that they can fling over their shoulder and just take to the shower house with them. So, and that way if you get one of the mesh bags or a backpack that can hang and dry, it helps out. So, alright, pool stuff. They're going to need swim trunks. I would usually bring 2 pairs of swim trunks. a pair of goggles if they need goggles, or a swim mask. Flip-flops they'll need for the shower house, but flip-flops can only be worn in the pool area. They cannot be worn back and forth to the pool or anything like that, only in the pool area. So you're still going to need a pair of shoes, maybe an easy pair of slip-ons to go back and forth, and make sure that they have that for the shower. They're going to need a shower towel, and then non-aerosol sunscreen. So the sunscreen, make sure that it's not the spray kind. It's bottle where you can pour it out, squirt it on, rub it on your face. Nothing aerosol can go down to Boy Scout camp down to Bartle. Let's see here. You'll want pump bug spray. The bug spray can't be aerosol; it has to be pumped because the bug spray damages the tents. Sunglasses are definitely helpful, and then some sort of hat to keep the sun, there we go, off of you. Alright, and let's see here. Possibly, depending on when you're going, you may want a light jacket for your boys, just in case it gets cold at night. If you're in the early part of Bartle, sometimes it will. You're going to definitely want to, it is absolutely essential to have a good water bottle with you. We prefer the hard ones. They keep it very cool when you have the vacuum seal. And then also you can put a carabiner on top, so that way the water bottle can be clipped right to your belt, or to your pants, so that when you're walking around you always have your water bottle and stay hydrated. Usually it's very hot down there and you need to stay hydrated. Your boys can bring a knife if they have their tote and chip card, and they need to make sure that they have their tote and chip card with them at all times if they're going to have their knife on them. The knife has to be a BSA approved knife. It can't flip out, be a self opener or anything like that. Bring, like I said, the mesh bag. We get an extra mesh bag and put our boys' dirty clothes in it so they can stay dry, things like that. Clothesline, 6 clothespins, and then possibly a rug. You'll want your rug for inside the tent. It can just be one of those ones that are a 6x6. Basically, you can buy at Walmart for pretty cheap. Or you can even use the U-Haul blankets that they throw over furniture. You can get those super cheap, and those work great for underneath your tent to keep things from crawling through the floor.
Another reason is that they have slats in the tent, and if you drop anything small, it's going to go in between those boards and it will be gone.
Yes, you're going to lose it. So definitely good to have one of those. You want to bring chairs. The easy folding chairs that my wife ordered here. And these have storage in them, so they're kind of handy. And they have the backs and things on that. But any kind of camp chair that folds up would be extremely helpful to have down there. You're going to do a lot of sitting in the campsite and things like that. Definitely bring ponchos. A lot of times at Bartle it will rain. You'll want some rain gear, either frog togs, some sort of poncho, something like that you can throw in. Your boys are going to probably tear up anything that's good, so the disposable one-time use ponchos work out really well. And bring a couple of trash bags, so put it in there so your son can throw stuff in the trash. And then sleeping bags. Almost everybody has our heavy-duty outdoor sleeping bag. Most of the time this is way too heavy-duty. It's nice for cushioning to sleep on, but it does get way too hot. So bring a sheet to lay on top of your sleeping bag so you can stay cool at night, or you get too hot. Or you can buy a real lightweight sleeping bag. One of the summer sleeping bags works well too. And speaking of sleeping, you'll probably want to, if you're an adult, the boys have to use the cots that are down there, but the adults, we get to use our own cots, and we prefer one like this. This one's a Coleman. It has the springs on it, things like that, a little bit softer mattress. We're allowed to use those, so you can pick those up at Walmart or Academy Sports, Dick's Sporting Goods, something like that. Those are pretty good to have. Now let's see here. Pillowcase. Bring an extra pillowcase just in case your pillow falls on the ground. It's nice to have that. Bungee cords and zip ties are always handy to have. I always bring a pack of zip ties so that you can zip tie up some parts of the tent that may need reinforcement. Also bring cutters to cut those. And I like to bring a mesh mosquito net that I put over my entire bunk, and then zip tie it up to the tent so it stays in place, keeps the bugs off of you, and
Get the
I highly
mosquito net.
yes, highly recommend that because there's creepy crawlies all over the place down there, and they will keep you up at night if you don't have one. Flashlights, extremely important to have at least 2 flashlights. If you have 2, you only have 1. If you have 1, you don't have any. So bring at least 2. Those are the handheld lights, and then we also have what I really like is these headlamps that are rechargeable, or you can just bring multiple batteries. But the headlamps are extremely important. Keep your hands free while you're on the trail, and they're really good. Let's see here. Flashlight batteries, bring extra batteries because they're probably going to die. A fan. You can have a fan. The boy or the adults can have fans. Make sure you bring batteries for your fans. They keep you cool at night and they help you sleep, help everything, keep the bugs away, so make sure you have a fan. And then clothes. You'll want 8 shirts, 8 shorts, 11 pairs of underwear, 11 pairs of socks, at least 1 pair of long pants, the hanger we talked about with the uniforms, tennis shoes, and hiking boots. All of these can fit into the little camp boxes here for your boys. The trick is rolling the clothing. So what you'll do is you'll take your boys' pants, doesn't matter, shirt, anything, and you're going to roll it really tightly. Once you get it rolled, you can take the next item of clothing, fold it in half, and then you can roll that as well. You can do it together or individually, however you prefer. And once you get it together, I put the shirt, pants, underwear, socks all together in a bundle, and then what you'll do is you'll take it and you'll put it into a Ziploc bag. And once the Ziploc bag is there, you'll squeeze all the air out of it, zip it up, and it stays pretty tight. And then you just start lining your boy's box with that, put in everything else. Now while we have this out, you can also take your bar of soap if it's Zest, or sorry, Irish Spring. Yep,
Irish Spring.
Tell them about that.
If you get Irish Spring, get some pantyhose, cut the pantyhose, cut the bar of soap into 4 quarters, put this inside the pantyhose, tie a knot so it's on a string, and put it in each corner of your box, and it keeps the mice away. They don't like the smell. No little rodents.
While you're down at Bartle, your boy may want to go over to Iconium. There's usually a hike there. They're going to buy stuff at the trading post. If you send money with them, a gift card, Visa card, or anything like that, it will be handled by the treasurer at Bartle. They will be able to check out what money they can from the treasurer, spend it at Iconium, bring it back, give it to the treasurer. It'll stay in a safe down there. The treasurer is in charge of that. Health forms, make sure you get all the health forms turned in. A, B, and C that are brand new have to be filled out to go down to Bartle. And I do believe that is pretty much it. Anything that you can think of?
New for this year, 2020, they also have a pre-event checklist. They just want to make sure that you're healthy 24 hours before you go down, so you'll have to also get on HOAC website and download that pre-event checklist.
I believe they may have us wear masks too, obviously. So if you have a light mask, something that can pull up like a hunting mask, something of thin material, that should suffice. I know wearing the big heavy filtered masks or anything like that, especially in the heat, might not be advised. So look at the HOA or the BSA rules on that, on what type of masks are accepted down at Bartle. That's all available through the website. And we really hope everybody has a very safe and very fun time at Bartle this year. Thank you very much.